What is happening, ladies and gents? Slaymate here, playing some more UnderRail. Today, let's see, I went scouring around, and I found not the greatest of items, but some reasonable items, for sure. And, you know, I'm not min-maxing my character by any means. But, you know, still want to do fairly well. So this here gives me a nearly 1,000 capacity, so we're doubling at least. Getting a whole bunch more shielding stats. But I do need 121 electronics to get there. I also managed to find a sledgehammer thing, but I don't have my sledgehammery stuff. So what was that? 121? I forgot already. Oh god. Using a medium, because I don't think I've even found a high one that was even close to 100 in stats. 121. Alright. Oh, we get a point. Well, I don't have a clue. I think maybe Constitution. Because I'm really squishy, and it feels bad. I wouldn't mind having, you know, more will, like another point in will. Just will his force, his will into others, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I kind of think I want to be a little tankier. It's been a little hurty, if you know what I'm saying. Oh god, can we even get there? I don't even know if we can. We can't. So we'll take a whole nother level worth of go juice to get to 121 electronics to be able to craft our own shields. Yeah. Let's see. We could get everything that we could, like, up to max with our spells. I always want to keep those going. You know, just because. Reasons. Mercantile was real fun early on, but I kind of wish I hadn't taken any of it. If I did, it would probably be like... persuasion, I guess. Due to the high will. I hope. I don't know. I might not be able to get there with... the next 40 points. No, I guess I probably would. How many did I put in there this time? 25? Oh, God. Only went up by 35 something points. Maybe I won't be able to. 121. That should be able to do it, right? Shoot. Alright, we'll go with putting just a handful in there, and hopefully that'll be enough on the next level. We do get a feat. Do we finally pick Doctor? Reduce armor penalty by 15%. That would put me at 50%. Like, I've been liking our 65% or 64 or whatever it is, but getting down to 50% in our heavy armor seems pretty nice as well. We wouldn't get the other perk, obviously, but it's not bad. 50 more carry weight. That is a thing. 35% greater energy capacity. Damn! See if we were going to craft it. If we are going to craft our own energy thing at level 25. Seems pretty awesome. I still have never figured out how to use telekinetic undulation correctly. Yep. I use the sledgehammer some, but not anything crazy. Reduce the damage, probably stack up 75%. Probably should get that too. Poisons. Haven't created any of those. Would be fun to be able to do that with our explosions. Oh man, does the explosion thing that we learned last time, would that count? Because that was gross. Oh man. Shattering. There's too many good ones. The Super Slam. Oh, damage plus 20% extra. Oh, that's not quite. It seems pretty cool, but I don't know. Mechanical heat and cold damage. Yeah, that wouldn't give me freaking any. Because I don't have any points over. Alright, well. The ones that really jumped out at me were, if we're going to craft a really good shield, it could be nice to have power management, I would think. Nimble for another 15% reduction in being able to move and do things, which would seem, or does seem pretty awesome in combat. We've been having haven't had the worst time with it, but I have felt like I wanted to be able to move and do more things during combat. Neural overload. I use neural overload a lot. Oh, jeez. Chance to light them all on fire. I mean, some stuff just is better for, like, you know, if we're fighting more robots, then it doesn't matter if I have things that, you know, hurt their will. Not that we do fight more robots than anything else, but Nimble lets us be better-ish in all the things we fight. Reduce armor penalty by 15%. Okay. Alright, I'll do it. So now our armor should say, well, I don't know if it'll actually say it, but 64. I would hope that it actually is somewhere around 50%. Here. I'm not sure. Not sure how that works. Maybe it's just a, you know, maybe it's just a passive thing. Maybe it was a completely wrong choice. I should hurt myself because I'm so bad at games. All of these are legitimate. But regardless, the choices have been made. Right or wrong, you know, like I said, I'm not a min-maxer. It's my first playthrough. There's just things I don't know. But I do know that those toilets, probably terrible. Alright, so here we're at the Tchort's compound, ready to get things underway. I don't know who to talk to. I guess we'll just walk close and see what happens. Hello. May I walk in? I can? Okay, I guess I'll talk to Praepostor Denzil. The man seems somewhat uneasy as you come near him, even though you are unable to see his face. What you are able to notice about how his body expressions... Wait. What you're able to notice how his body language expresses his apprehension. He is unable to stand completely still. He either taps his foot or crosses and uncrosses his arms or nervously looks all around him. When you near him, you notice a symbol on his uniform, a circular eye with 2 tentacles sprouting from it, similar to some animes that you like to watch, and also the symbol on the large doors behind him. Soon, he speaks with a voice that sounds tense and hasty in one moment and cold in the other. What is it? Blood red attacks! I mean... Who are you? Are you one of the Tchortists? I'm Ifri Tchort Denzil, and yes, I am a Tchortist. In case you haven't noticed, you are standing at the entrance to the Institute of Tchort. All of these robed guards, Rassaphoras, Raspberries, are its members as well. We are here to preserve the safety of the Institute, so be careful of your actions during your time here. You've got your answer. Now, leave me alone. But I would like to become a member of your organization. I'm sorry, but we can't accept new members at this particular time. We are full, so to say. As you can see, if you look around you, all these people are waiting to join the Institute. But alas, as I've already mentioned, we cannot accept new members. Still, that doesn't stop them from waiting, which is to be respected. Tchort might reward their wait, but not at this time, unfortunately. I don't think you understand me. I really want to become a Tchortist. What is the matter with you? Are your ears vestigial? It's like you can't hear me properly. We do not accept new members. Now buzz off. Oh. Wow, that is a lot of stuff. Buzz off? Is that your answer? I'm so disappointed. I never even suspected that a representative of such a grand and enchanting organization such as the Institute of Tchort would say something so foul to me. I was willing to dedicate my life to the days of Tchortism, and to happily spend those very days surrounded by men and women, brothers and sisters, who are above all low-life scum inhabiting the rest of the UnderRail. Magnificent Tchort! You must be some inbred bastard who lost all the ability to understand human language several generations ago. He makes a short pause to allow some of the steam to come out and prevent him from exploding. Look, you don't want to be disturbing the Ifritor. I can order those raspberries here to cull you instantly and they wouldn't even flinch. Order them anything you want, but I'm standing my ground here. I want to join the Institute, and I'm willing to do anything to achieve that goal. Something tells you that despite just him looking angry on the outside, on the inside he's probably turning into a ball of plasma, reaching temperatures high enough to ignite nuclear fission. Suddenly he cools down and his tone of voice becomes calmer, losing the red-hot edges. Anything you say? Anything you say, Interestingly, there is, well, an issue we could use some help with. Well, finally we're getting somewhere. We have a issue with a missing figurine. A very important metal figurine. It was stolen from us and we want it back. Now, we aren't precisely sure who did it, but we suspect those devolved lunatic inbreds to be behind the theft. They taint everything with their taint. I mean, their touch. With their taints. The metal figurine depicts a man reaching for the surface. He points up. Up there. If you can find it, we might make a deal about you joining us, sister. Oh, is this the figurine you're looking for? His voice reveals instant excitement as soon as he's presented with the figurine. Wait, you had it on you the whole time? Why didn't you tell me about it? I didn't know you were looking for it. He smiles. Yes, that's the figurine, all right. Where did you find it? In a big shopping mall west of here? You were right all along. The lunatics were the ones responsible for its theft. Unexpectedly, Denzel falls silent. Denzel, excuse me. He's not Denzel Washington for sure. He looks like he wants to say something, but perhaps can't find the right words. What's the matter? Well, I didn't really expect that someone like you would be able to actually retrieve the figurine. Even just locate it, let alone retrieve it from the clutches of whoever stole it. Whatever. I got you the figurine you asked for, now let me in. I want to join the Institute of Tchort. He sighs. A deal's a deal. Hand me the figurine and I'll go inside and discuss your request with my superiors. It stays with me until you come back. You go talk to your superiors first, and then you'll see the figurine again. He shrugs. I suppose that is acceptable, but don't go too far. I'll return soon. Just as he wanted to leave, he turns back to you again. Wait a moment, I never caught your name. It's Meganmind. All right, Meganmind, that's a terrible name. Wait in front of the Institute here. I'll be back as soon as I talk to someone. Just be patient. Tchort guide you. You wait for him to return. 14 days passed. You wait and wait. As more time passes, you begin to wonder if Ifritor Denzel's actually going to come back. After all, he couldn't wait to get rid of you the first time you talked. But then you remember the strange metal figurine still in your hands. The one Tchort wants so badly. You begin thinking about the place the metal... Wait. You begin thinking about the piece of metal with no other use than some symbolism, or perhaps a pretty good dildo. But also about what awaits you ahead, or below, if you know what I mean. However, your thoughts are soon interrupted by footsteps, followed by a hurried rhythm you have heard before. It's Ifritor Denzel. Meganmind, I talked to... to the mediant and explained the situation to him. Therefore, the official word is as follows. You will be allowed to enter the Institute building, be interviewed, and if deemed fit, you will be offered Institute of Tchort membership. All that in exchange for the figurine you possess. Speaking of which, I would like to take it now and lead you inside. Can you finally tell me what's the deal with the figurine, why it's so important to you? He sighs. It's, part of a larger collection, which is being assembled in celebration of Institute of Tchort's 100th anniversary. Indeed, Foundry was commissioned to create this beautiful work of art and send it to us. After some unfortunate delays, it was due to finally arrive, but the carriers with the figurine were intercepted. I was tasked to mobilize troops and retrieve it, and that's exactly what I did, with your help. Soon, it'll be back in Edain's hand like it should be. Happy? Now, if you let me have the figurine, I'll gladly show you to the interview room. I am ready. Take this. You give it to him hard. Ifritor Denzel slowly picks up the figurine and scrutinizes it. Despite the fact that his face is covered with the mask, you are certain that a pleased grin lurks beneath it. His admiration doesn't last for long, though. He looks at you and signals you to follow him. Your dialogue ends. Oh, damn. Shit just got real. Real shitty. Follow me. Alright, let me hack this intercom button. JK. Get inside. The, Praepostor. Praepostor? He's a Praepostor. Oh, God. He's gonna prey upon you. Good cop, bad cop. You know the drill. And boy, do I. I don't sit down. Meganmind sits for no man. The room you are in made you claustrophobic and uneasy from the start. Not necessarily by the fact that the room is indeed small, but by how small your pool of options becomes should something bad occur. You had prepared yourself for the worst, knowing that you will be in an unfamiliar place where anything is possible and can go awry. Well, seeing this beautiful woman dressed in a black robe, which almost inappropriately flows over her feminine features, accenting them enough even for the blind to see, was most certainly not what you were expecting. But I'll allow it. The deathly robe, deathly, oh, envelops her resting face like black oil being spilled over a shining lump of gold. Her striking green eyes immediately meet yours, her white, smooth face free of imperfections. Seems like it's been crafted out of marble by several of the finest artists in existence. Hair almost concealed. I thought it said congealed, and I was like, yeah. Hair mostly concealed by a sinister hood, still manages to gently flow out of it and present how luxurious it actually is. Her voice is much akin to her appearance. It too has a distinct, seductive charm. It resonates with appeal and warmth, and while being mostly level, it never becomes monotone nor boring. Shit. Tchort is like evolution. I would like to welcome you to the institution of Tchort. Postulant, my name is Amelia. The institute's I'm this word that's preposterous. Your name is Megamind, if I'm not mistaken. So there was no way I was getting away with the other seductive lady voice. Not a chance. It is Megamind, all right. By the way, what do you use to have your skin so soft and smooth? I just want to put it in my mouth. She smiles while still maintaining eye contact. Like, some of the things here are so unique to the Institute of Tchort. If you end up being accepted a member, you just might find out. The Avatar was very convinced when he, spoke to the rest of us about your deeds. Knew that we were, making an exception for you, just for you. For I'm sure the Avatar told you, our institution is not accepting new members. Now, I'd like to ask you several preliminary questions, general in nature, before we advance this interview. So you're, interested in joining, you want to join, huh? It's pretty sweet. You want to go shopping at the mall, too? I mean, so you're, interested in joining Institute of Tchort and becoming a Tchortist, is that correct? It's gotta be one of these, right? That is correct. Praepostor. I would be delighted to join your organization if you'd be willing to accept me. So, tell me something of yourself, Megamind. Where are you from? I don't live in a single place. I roam South UnderRail and sleep wherever and with whoever I find has a comfortable body. Ooh, can you tell me what guides you through life? What motivates you, girl? Try to give me a concise answer. Loot is life. Life is loot. Thirst for knowledge is pretty good. I want to pick what they would think, not necessarily what I would say. And since they're all about getting knowledge, I hope it's this one. My unquenchable thirst for knowledge guides me through life. I live to know more, and knowing more allows me to live on. Interesting. And you feel that, with that philosophy in mind, joining the Institute of Tchort is the right decision? Not just right. Perfect. All right. And how much exactly do you, know about the Institute of Tchort and the general ideology of Tchortism? I had attended one of Mr. Percival's lectures in Core City and was, fascinated by what I heard about it. That was one of the main reasons I decided to come here. Very good, Megamind. Mr. Percival is one of our finest propagandators. He likes to date gators. And I'm sure his lecture was very insightful. Still, allow me to elaborate our ideology, just to make sure you're, familiar with it. At least for now. Its main principles, okay? Afterwards, you have to make, one final choice of joining the Institute or not, if you're still willing. Institute of Tchort is an institution dedicated to study and celebration of Tchort, a primordial being that was discovered in deep caverns nearly 100 years ago by a Dane, the founder of this institution, as well as Tchortism. What he had discovered then and there was magnificent. The creature had been undergoing a unique cycle of regeneration and was completely formless, changing and adapting to the current environment. Since Dane was, and still is, the only person that can communicate with Tchort, he was able to study it and uncover what secrets it holds within the magnificent genome. The genomes. It's my favorite type of pants. He learned that Tchort holds the key to evolving the human race to new heights. One day, perhaps through directed evolution, as Dane originally named it, humankind will hopefully find a way to adapt to the life on surface and escape this gloomy underworld. Principally, Tchort represents two things: the physical being and the knowledge it holds. Consequently, Tchortism, being guided by Tchort, aims to direct human evolution with its help. In essence, that who Tchortists are and what we stand for. Which brings us to my next question. Tell me, Megan Mine, do you still stand by your previous decision? Do you still want to become a member of the Institute of Tchort? If your answer is positive, we can finally start the second phase of the interview. Let's make out. She smiles. Very good. I'm pleased to hear that, even though that is the answer I expected from you. Now, allow me to explain what happens next. I'm going to be asking you a set of questions, simple questions that require no hard thinking, only honesty. You will answer these questions and any subsequent ones that might arise during the process. Don't worry, girlfriend. This won't take long. Let's begin with the first question. She takes a single piece of paper containing the questions, clears her throat, and begins. Have you been sent here knowingly to injure Tchortism? No. She looks at you a bit longer than usual, after which she writes something on the paper. Next question. How do you feel about Tchortism? I think it makes a lot of sense and that it's the path that I want to take. Very good. Next question. Do you think there's anything wrong with having your privacy invaded? It depends on the situation. If it's for the greater good, then yes. Otherwise, I'm not keen on the concept. Interesting. Next question. Have you ever been a drug addict? I don't even answer nature's call without bringing some chemicals with me. I took drugs once, but I'm not an addict. But I smoked it one time, It was totally just motion, man. So no. Next question. Have you ever killed anyone? Wait, did I kill anybody when it wasn't necessary? I'm gonna say only when it was necessary. Next question. Are you upset by this questioning? No, why would I be? Next question. Do you hope you won't be found out? I have nothing to hide. That's my answer. She crosses her arms and observes you, occasionally moving her head from left to right and vice versa. Before you get the chance to break the silence, she uncrosses her hands and asks the next question. Next question. Have you ever been smothered? Wait, have you ever smothered a baby? Whoops. What? I mean... Well, there was that one little... No, wait, no. What kind of sick person would do something like that? Oh, you'd be surprised at what breeds come into this god. Next question, have you ever eaten human flesh? Not that I know of. I mean, I guess somebody could have put it in a burger. No? Next question. Would you be willing to sacrifice the lives of several innocent people to save one dear to you? Oh, no? The good of the many outweighs the good of the few, even though the good of the many won't give a F after you 10 days after the event happens. They all forget. But the one that was dear to you would remember forever. But I'd still probably save a lot of people over one. I see. Well, next question. Have you ever felt that there was another creature in your body? You mean like Tchort? Yes, yes. The familiar look falls upon you once again. It's a brief... Wait, but it is brief. It gets quickly interrupted by the next question. Next question. Did you ever hurt yourself? Only if my own grenades landed too close, otherwise, no. A barely visible quirk appears in the corner of her mouth, threatening to manifest itself into a real, honest smile. Sadly, it lasts but a fraction of a second. Last question. Have you ever been a spy for anybody? Oh. Let's be honest. I worked for one of the core city oligarchs in the past. Which one? Cortec. She puts the paper down and looks you straight in the eye. Why are you really here, Megan Mind? To join the Institute of Tchort. That seems quite unexpected. A sound of echoing footsteps comes from the hallway outside and interrupts your sentence. Praepostor Amelia, despite her relaxed, calm stare, seems to be prepared for what's about to happen. What fight? No! But I win with... But... with the... Oh, it's because I said I was from Cortec, huh? God damn it. God. That is so infuriating. Shit. I gotta do it all over again. Alright, so far the only thing that changed was I said no, I'd never been a spy. Because I guess it doesn't make sense that since they stole it from one of those places that the cube, that they would probably be a little more suspicious. So hopefully this changes the outcome, but I'm not sure. Praepostor Amelia looks at the paper, inspecting all the notes she took during the interview, after which she puts away the piece of paper and gives you the familiar, too long for comfort stare. Luckily, it ends with a pleasant smile. Oh, okay, good. Very good, Megamind. Very good. Oh, we're gonna be sisters. Those were all the questions I had for you. I would just like to ask you to give me a sample of your blood and, wait patiently for me to return. Okay, I have no objections to that. Praepostor Amelia pulls out a strange device. It looks like a large, black, ornamented syringe with a see-through tube and has tiny metal tentacles climbing towards the needle, twisting around the device. She inserts the needle into your flesh, and while you feel only a little sting, the feeling of uneasiness present due to the whole atmosphere. The feeling of uneasiness is present due to the whole, you know what I'm saying. The procedure is very quick. She pulls the needle out with a smile. The syringe is now full of blood. She places a gauze on the wound before stepping away. That's all I need. Please wait for me while I return, Megan Mind. It won't take long. You wait, because you don't have any other options in dialogue. Congratulations, postulant, or should I say, novitiate. It's like a novice and an initiate at the same time. Okay. You have been selected. Therefore, you have been granted membership into the Institute of Tchort. Yay! I suspect you are tired. It was like a long and challenging day for you, I'm sure. So I'll give you a very brief rundown of what awaits you within the Institute. As of now, you are a novitiate, a new member of the Institute of Tchort, whose first task is to familiarize yourself with Tchortism, obtain necessary knowledge, and find your place within the institution. We offer many means to do so, but we'll get to that later. The next thing I must tell you is that, there are three main divisions of Institute of Tchort: preservation, investigation, and propagation. Oh, right, propagation. Thought it said something else there. Each of these three divisions has a specific purpose. Preservation exists to protect or preserve Tchort. Dane, the Institute, and all of its members prides itself with its highly trained and well-equipped individuals. Investigation, on the other hand, concerns itself with obtaining, organizing and applying knowledge and studying Tchort and the world around us, and the ultimate goals of driving, directing human evolution towards a better future. Finally, propagation exists to educate or propagate said knowledge both within Institute of Tchort as well as beyond. I hope you're following me so far, Megan. I love you so much. Novitiates are free to select what suits them best. After they've studied enough to make up their mind, they can select anything they want, and perform their part within Institute of Tchort. Currently, since propagation is undergoing an internal restructuring phase, becoming an acolyte at this stage seems highly improbable, so investigation or preservation divisions I would direct you to go for in the time being. Of course, if you are, really patient and willing, propagation 2 will open its doors to you at some point. A few more principal things before I finally let you go and rest. As a member, you are granted your own bed within the Institute's sleeping quarters and a personal locker for your belongings like shoes. Also, your medallion. Wait, you have a medallion? Oh my god, with a medallion. It's already been placed in it, waiting for you. Now, you can go find the quarters down the stairs, left, right, someplace, and entering the main hall. Opposite of that, up to the entrance, is the refectory. I think you might be more familiar with the term canteen. The Institute Library, Dane's library, is on the second floor to the left, and it's probably the most important place for novitiates. That's where you can read about our history, scientific works, and most importantly, read the original report. Oh, God. That sounds so really important, brah. It describes Dane's first encounter with Tchort, his thoughts and impressions. The documents are beginning of his research. It is an essential read for every Tchortist. Again, Dane's library should be one of your first stops. While we're at the subject of the library, and I must add this, the old storage section of the West Wing has recently been reopened by preservation forces. The Raspberry Dudes, their expedition was dispatched there. It's extremely dangerous, and while it's guarded by the Raspberries, I still must warn you to avoid it until after it's been sailed again, okay? Is that everything I should know? Oh, wait, no. I forgot one more thing, and we're done. Official greetings and manner of address is, when first starting a conversation with any member of the Institute of Tchort, it's a custom for the first speaker to say, Tchort is evolution, to which the other party replies, evolution is Tchort, okay? The meaning of the greeting is clear, I hope. Commonly, you may refer to Tchorts like brothers and sisters based on the gender, but if they hold a higher title, certain nobility, then you should address them appropriately. I know this is already so much information for you, but in time you'll learn everything. You're free to go and come as you feel, sister. If you have any more questions, ask now, or if I'm in my office at the top level. I'll be glad to answer all those questions for you, girl. That you may have about the Institute of Tchort. I do have some questions before I leave. JK, girl. That's all I need to know. Well then, Welcome to Incident Tchort, sister, and Tchort guide you. You wait for her to leave, because you kind of want to die on the inside. As much as you love Valley Girls, oh my god, please. For the love of all things. Let's go right into surveillance. Hello. The reservoir turns to you and silently watches you for a few moments, as if expecting you to say something first. Oh, Tchort is evolution, brother. He raises his head just slightly and answers you with a slow, unhurried voice. Evolution is Tchort, sister. I am the Raspberry Man PM, and I am in charge of monitoring and security. What can I do for you? Do fights or shootouts ever occur between people right outside the main gate? Fights, rarely. Shootings, never. Sometimes a brawl would break out, but mostly between inbreds who aren't worthy of our attention in the first place. They just arrived to cause trouble anyways. Still, when these things do occur, we usually react quickly and deal with the situation. Are you in charge of opening the main gate? I mean, he said excluding some other somethings. What? Yes, that's correct. All arrivals and departures are carefully monitored from this very room. And if you, for instance, want to leave the building, you'll have to use that intercom there and state the reason for your movement. Gotcha. Alright, well, let me ask you something else. Goodbye. Tchort guide you, brother. Tchort guide you, sister. Alright. We did it. We're in. We are in the Alpha, Beta, Pi, something. Kappa, Beta, Pi group. I forget what they even call. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that again. I forget what they even call the female section of dorms in college. I can't even think of it. For like guys, it's frats. For girls, it's words. Remember someday. Ministers, acolytes, schizophrenia fours. Dude, look at that. It's hot. Alright. Going left. Time for naps. Oh, no, it's the cantina. Got some Tchorties. I bet you when they laugh, they chortle. It's just how... Oh, God. Was that... Okay, that wasn't bad. Almost made the ultimate mistake. What's up, Theodore? Oh. This is for staff only. Oh, my bad. Well. It's time for some non-staff only action. Gotta find this cube on the first day. Actually, have we gotten all of those diving hats? We have. Oh, what are you? Biocorp University emblem. It's okay if you guys are all cringing at my horrible Valley Girl impression. I love all Valley Girls. And I also love all Valley Girls. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. No disrespect. There was just no way I was getting away with a sultry lady. Well, any more sultry than my normal lady. Hey, what's going on, guys? That's cool. Well, keep it up, I guess. That's where you guys keep the poop. Alright, well, let's see if we can walk down here for absolutely no reason. You guys got a whole junkyard. Oh. The guard motions you to stop. Stop, sister. The area behind us is blocked off due to earthquake damage. Oh. How much damage did the earthquake do? Well, before the earthquake struck, there was only a small room behind this door at the end of the corridor. Now the wall fell and revealed the opening into an abandoned station. It's all ruined. Nothing of use there. We've locked the door and keep someone from going in there by accident, but it serves, blah, 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 obstacles and someone should come, what? Words. Oh. Do you really think a locked door will prevent someone from getting in? By the Tchort, no, but they'll slow them down long enough for summoning of reinforcements. In any case, we're ready and on alert. Also, there's a lot better position here, I believe, than our Razzle's 4 colleagues guarding the West Ring entrance. Where? I shouldn't be laughing. I'll see you later, brother. Tchort got you. Yeah, Tchort got you. You immediately go past him. Oh, what's up? What's up, bro? Guard motions you to hold still. Speaks to you in his firm voice. Halt, sister! You've been in a restricted area. I'll have to ask you to leave. Oh, my bad. I'm so sorry. I'm new here. It won't happen again. Tchort guide you. Yeah, Tchort guide you. I'm sorry to walk in. Sorry. It happens to me sometimes. Something tells me it's going to be bad news any way we go. Oh, maybe not. What's up, bros? Got some sweet little library here. Yeah, I need to go read up. Oh, what's your name? Tchortist floor? Cool. Got some Tchortisans. Alright, let's use this terminal. Welcome to Adane Library, sister. Today's quote: understanding everything about Tchort is not a matter of luxury, but a matter of necessity. Adane. You read the original report by Aiden Travers. I was the only one still alive from the expedition. As I found myself before this gigantic metal gate which stood closed and seemingly impenetrable, I began to ponder how I would penetrate it. And also the most recent events. I'm sure that these moments were to be my last, for the whole expedition was doomed from the start. It had been many, many years since Hollow Earth was left to rust in its forbidding bowels of deep caverns. Biocorp had only begun to recuperate from the damage it suffered during the split when technocrats, the Tastycrats and the Fingerlickins, called me into their office. They explained to me that they wanted to unearth, pardon the expression, several abandoned but not forgotten projects from Hollow Earth, and salvage that which could only be salvaged from the once impressive research complex. Biocorp desired this expedition in hopes of at least slowing down its decline, which started years ago and wasn't about to stop. Internal struggles only worsened the situation. Of course, due to the severity of the task, it could not be entrusted to just about anyone. A senior scientist of my qualification and experience was to lead the expedition, since only someone like that could be allowed to lay eyes on some of the most sensitive information Biocorp ever possessed. I accepted. I was truly excited to be going into deep caverns, and despite being familiar about how hostile the environment was, I cared very little for that fact. On the contrary, I viewed it as a new opportunity, a new high point in my career, and entrusted our survival into the hands of Captain Sagan's men. Captain Sagan. Alright. Carl Sagan's hands, men, without even thinking about it. Few of my scientist colleagues were also to follow me into the mission, and once all parties were ready, we made our descent into death, at least for most of us. Environment had changed significantly between the Hollow Earth incident and the moment of our arrival, even more than we expected. Environmental hazards, natural predators in form of horrid and surprisingly alien creatures, as well as other unexplained phenomenon, were quick to decimate us. Bullets can stop beasts, but for how long? Hazard suits can save us from toxic fumes and corrosive liquids, but for how long? Reaching the main complex soon proved to be the mission impossible. The immediate way to the east was blocked by an impenetrable cave-in, so we had to circumvent it by going to the north. After taking the first few steps forward towards our goal, we already found ourselves under siege by death itself, and it sated its hunger quickly. Luckily, before it got to me. I was the only one still alive from my expedition. Wait. How could he be the only one, but we fled? Anyways, we fled north and found refuge by one of the large gates. Rust, mold, and demise were in the oxygen devoid air. as well as some strange pulsating sensation which violently pressed on my skull. Poor Captain, the only one still with me. Wait, I was the only one still left alive from my whatever. I was lying in a corner and was slowly fading away, with last bits of his life leaving his mangled body, surrendering it to decay. He performed his duty to the very last breath. I was ready for the same fate, but then the large gates opened. Light illuminated the area. Strange pain from my head was instantly gone. While the lights weren't as bright as the ones from university, it was much better than the dwindling glow of my last flare. I stepped through the gate and faced something I wasn't prepared for. I faced it. It was giant. It was alien. It was formless. A strange creature was before me, and I had no clue of its origin or intentions or anything really, other than I had a massive throbbing erection. All I could see was its pure flesh with tentacles sprouting from all over it in all their glory. The sensation in my head returned, oh God, but this time it wasn't for trying to kick down the door to my mind. Instead, it gently knocked. I answered politely. Tchort was the only thing I could interpret during this particular exchange of thoughts, for everything else can simply be described as just some strange feelings in my head. During my 3-week stay, I was allowed by Tchort to study it. Leftover equipment I was able to find in these old labs, I combined with some of my own utilities and was able to set up an improvised laboratory, which was most excellent. Wait, it was most excellent. It's excellent, dear. Regarding nourishment, I still had my own personal supplies. Up to that point in time. Afterwards, I had to rely on natural sources like eating Captain Sagan. This is what I learned during my stay before I finally left Tchort and returned back to certain that I'd found what was extraordinary discovery of all imaginable importance. Tchort can be defined as a large, multicellular organism of unknown age, but judging from its genetic makeup, it is primordial. While it shares a lot of common sequences with every living being, ranging from the first single-celled organisms up to the modern mammals, it's not directly related to us in any way. We do not have a clear common ancestor. How is that possible? Well, that I'm about to explain. The creature can enter a state of unique type of regeneration cycles in which it loses any recognizable form and undergoes genetic self-repair. It puzzled me how and why it does so, but I had answers faster than I thought I would. Tchort has a remarkable, similar cell to DNA structure to us. The number of chromosomes and genes is indeed different, but a lot of recognizable sequences can be found there. The part of the gnomes, oh my god, there's so many parts of gnomes everywhere. Part of its genome that was non-coding was larger than in humans, and by studying it, I have learned the answer to those two questions that I asked myself previously. Whenever the creature begins suffering from any form of mutations, chromosomal deterioration, or even cancer, it can enter the aforementioned state of regeneration. It might do so in case when the environment changes drastically and new traits aren't necessary to survive. I was even able to pinpoint the gene responsible for this. Now what happens when the creature begins regenerating is this. Its non-coding part of the genome, which can be in short case considered something of a genetic backup, begins coding for proteins which in turn change and rebuild the whole chromosome, even up to the telomeres. Those damn telomeres. You know, there's a lot of words that I don't read on a regular basis. How it knows what sort of adaptation it needs to survive in the new environment is not yet clear, nor how it is able to recombine or even create these new sequences. But even this was a magnificent find, and raised another question. How can this be applied to humans or other living creatures as well? Due to the similarities of the DNA structure, the answer might as well be yes. And with that, many other questions sprang to mind. Could we too use what we learned from Tchort and adapt ourselves at will? Could we live infinitely? Would we be able to control our own evolution and strive towards a goal unimaginable before? Could we finally return to the surface world? I wanted answers, and for that I was going to need time and support. As I'd given Tchort the final look before I left, hoping that it wasn't going to be, really, for the last time, it became clear in my mind what I must do. Have hot, passionate, but steamy and slightly angry monkey sex with it. My return to the university as a lone survivor turned out to be quite interesting, and can best be described as an end to one thing and the beginning of another. End of the original report. And some important dates where things happened. I'm not reading those because, no. Short guide you, sister. That was a lot of, Informacianos, which are my favorite kind of cherries. Where's our bedroom? I need sleepy time. I'm so sleepy. Oh, hey, it's the top of the staircase. That's not going to be my room. It's too nice. You run into a raspberry man as he patrols the hallway. He immediately pees himself and has to go change his robes. You still can't find your bedroom. And you're wondering why the narration keeps continuing your adventures. Unsure of any answers, really, you just continue on your merry way, hoping that one day all things will be made clear. You'll finally find your sleepy time bedroom chambers. Oh god, nope, that's not them. Fuck. There's a cat, though. You talk to it. It meows, and you see Minister Percival once again. You realize you went the wrong direction, so you start going back. But first, you check this face out. It's empty. Looks like there's a lot of classrooms all around. You remember that you hate class, and you flunked most every grade you ever had. Except for sex ed. You passed that one with flying colors for some reason. Maybe it's because you know what you did. I don't really need to narrate what happened. Let's just say everybody ended up satisfied, and also the janitor needed to be called because there was lots of cleanup to be done. The search continues. And you don't find it. Where the narrator begins to become uneasy at how long it's taken to find your bedroom. You feel you may have gone entirely the wrong direction, but hope at the same time that the place is a giant circle and you'll loop back into... Huh? No. God damn it, I'm not ready to talk to anybody new. I need to find my bedroom for sleepy time. I just want to know where it is. There's a lot of investigators around. I mean... You notice that there are a lot of investigators around. You decide to walk up this sweet staircase, though, because, I mean, after all, it looks pretty sweet. It goes up to silky smooth, almost naked lady. Yep, this is completely the wrong direction, but you go up there anyways. Wait. No, it's wrong. You're in some sort of offices now. God damn it. You decide to look around anyways. You don't go in there, though, because it's red hand. And red hand equals bad hand. You descend another flight of stairs and still don't find your bedroom. You need that keycard code thing, necklace. You need your medallion so that you can become like Jackie Chan and use time to your advantage. I think that was a Jackie Chan movie. The medallion? Yeah. Weird one, if I recall correctly, and I do. Oh, go west. No, it wasn't west, was it? Go west, young man. You immediately regret going west. Yeah. You immediately go back east. you also swear a whole bunch in your mind. Lots of F words. Some other ones that I don't even know have actual meanings. I think you heard them in movies, but they're swear words nonetheless. Also, what a terrible cold storage freezer area in there that they weren't freezing anything. They don't eat food. You pass back through the cafeteria. You realize that later on in your time here, you'll probably have a horrible case of diarrhea from the food that they serve. You head across the hallway. Oh, God. There are room type things. Oh, and there's a pool table. There's some showers. Oh, is this your room? No, there's an investigator in that one. There's... Where's my bedroom at? Would you leave me to my room, sister? I have to go down the hall. And still get some pool action. I don't want to know what's going on in there. There's weird scratching noises. Okay, I get a locker somewhere, maybe? Is it just the big main room is mine? Get out of my way, sister. Lazy Lal. That's not mine, that's not mine. All these lockers are naughty. That one's not locky. Or that one's not naughty. The Eye of Tchort oddity. I still don't know where my room is. I'm supposed to have a medallion. Oh, darn it, Crushinator. Alright, well, I'm just going to end this episode here because it's been freaking a million years long. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully everybody's not too offended. And we'll see you next time.